about a man who decides he wants to write a book about a medium and seances and calls his first wife, who's dead, forward, who then proceeds to kill the second wife, who then proceeds to show up, and he has to deal with all of them and the craziness that happens. I've been working here at Proctor now for 6 years, and I cannot say how much I enjoy it. Our kids are great and strong and hard workers. They enjoy what they do, and we've become a family. We have a number of 25 in our drama program this year, and with our 8th graders coming up next year, we'll even be bigger. Thank you. We love you, Miss Elf. I love you too. I love you.
My name is Kyle Peterson. I've been in drama for 1 whole year now, and I play Charles Condamine in Blithe Spirit, and one of my favorite part in the whole play is the ending part, where he almost gets killed by his 2 wives.
Okay, so I'm Donna Curley. I've been in drama for 7 years. I play Ruth in Blithe Spirit, and I think it's my favorite role because it's not only a funny role, but it's also like a person who is pulled together. So it's not just a boring person that makes everyone else seem funny, but also she has some lines that are pretty funny.
I looked at
That's hopefully the goal. And given that I did it, that's a goal.
yeah.
You look especially white tonight, don't you?
Ooh. She said we had to do arms and neck too.
Okay.
Does she want to buy the materials for me?
I don't know.
Sorry.
That is way too much.
Does she expect me to pay for like the white makeup? I need a chair in here because I can't.
Okay, I
Right. So my name is Mariah. I have been in drama for 4 years, and this year in Blithe Spirit I play the maid. I think my favorite thing about drama is doing all the sets and the Saturday work days.
Okay. I don't want to freak anybody out, but it's 6:20.
Oh yeah, Miss O wants us in front, for the thing at 6:40. Okay.
My name is Eli. I'm a sophomore at Proctor High School, and this is my 2nd year in drama. This is my 4th performance I'm a part of, and I play as Dr. Bradman in the play Blithe Spirit. My favorite part of the whole thing is the backstage stuff, the special effects that we have going on in the end of the show. There's a lot of special effects going on throughout the show, but the ones that happen at the end are my favorite, especially because things are falling everywhere and there's a sword that falls too. So that's my favorite part of the whole show.
So my name is Tori Pollett. I'm a senior here. I've been in drama for 4 years. I play Mrs. Bradman, and my favorite part of Blithe Spirit is all the comedy and the fun that we have during the show.
Hi, I'm Grace Walker. I've been in drama since I was a freshman, so this is my 3rd year in drama. And in Blithe Spirit, I work special effects, and I also act as the cook in a sort of short scene during the intermission. And I think my favorite part about Blithe Spirit is probably the comedy in it. It's really funny. Either that or some of the special effects we've done, because they're very cool.
I'm Emily Lowry. I play Madame Arcadi. I've been in drama for 3 years, and my favorite part of life is being able to be someone different and crazy and let all of the craziness out.
Okay, my name is Rachel Krajewski. I am in 10th grade, and I play Elvira in Blithe Spirit. My favorite thing, is that what you said about my favorite thing about Blithe Spirit and doing this whole thing is just connecting with everyone. It's so much fun backstage. We all have a great time. Like, it's so loose and calm, and everyone knows what they're doing, so it's nice.
Yes.
As you're not in the Navy, it is then necessary to do everything at the double.
Yes, very good.
Now go and fetch cash.
Yes.
Not at a run either.
Yes.
No signs of the advancing hordes?
Not yet.
No ice?
It's coming. I've been trying to discourage Edith from being quite so fleet of foot. You mustn't mind if everything's a little slow motion tonight.
I shall welcome it. These last few days have been quite agitating. What do you suppose induced Agnes to leave us and go and get married?
The reason was becoming increasingly obvious, dear.
Yes, but in these days, nobody thinks of that sort of thing. We could have just popped into a cottage hospital, had it, and popped out again.
Her social life would have been seriously undermined.
We ought to keep Edith in the house more often.
That's right, Edith. Now go put it on the table.
Yes.
I left my cigarette case on my dressing table here. Could you get it for me?
Yes.
There now.
You took her by surprise.
A dry martini, I think, don't you?
Yes, dear. I expect Madame Arcadi will want something sweeter.
We'll have this one to ourselves, anyhow.
Oh, dear.
What's the matter?
I just have this feeling that this evening's going to be awful.
It'll probably be funny, but not awful.
You must promise not to catch my eye. If I giggle, and I'm very likely to, it will ruin everything.
You mustn't. You must be dead serious and, if possible, a little intense. We don't want to hurt the girl's feelings, however funny she is.
But why the Bradmans, darling, they're skeptical as we are, will probably say the most hurtful thing.
I've warned him. There must be more than 3 people at a seance. And it couldn't be the vicar and his wife, because A, they're queer, and B, they wouldn't have approved of it at all. It had to be the Bradmans. Steady, Edith. Thank you.
Yes.
We ought to make her walk out like do in the deportment, in the book on it, like they do in the deportment lessons. Here you are. How is it?
Dry bone.
To the unseen.
I must say that's a wonderful title.
If everything goes off without a hitch tonight, I shall start on the first draft tomorrow morning.
How extraordinary it is.
What?
Oh, I don't know. Being right at the beginning of something, it gives one non-feeling.
Do you remember how I got the idea for it The Light Goes Out?
Suddenly seeing that haggard, rattled old woman at the hotel at the Ritz. Of course I remember. We sat up half the night talking about it.
She certainly came in very handy. I wonder who she was.
Or if she ever knew, I mean, ever recognized that description of herself. Poor thing, used to her anyhow.
Here, have another.
Darling, it's most awfully strong.
Never mind.
You tell me I'd be a help to you when you were thinking something out.
Oh, every now and then, when she concentrated. We didn't concentrate very often.
I do wish I'd known her.
I wonder if you would have liked her.
I'm sure I should have. As you talk of her, she sounds enchanting. Yes, I'm sure I would have liked her because I've never for an instant felt in the least bit jealous of her. That's a good sign.
Poor Elvira.
Does it still hurt when you think of her?
No, not really. I almost wish it did. I feel rather guilty.
I wonder if I died before you'd grow tired of me, you'd forget me so soon.
What a horrible thing to say.
No, I think it's interesting.
Well, to begin with, I haven't forgotten Elvira. I remember her very distinctly. I remember how fascinating she was and how maddening. I remember how she played all games and how cross she got when she didn't win. I remember her gay charm when she achieved her own way or something, and her extreme acidity when she didn't. I remember her physical attractiveness, which was tremendous, and her spiritual integrity, which was nil.
You can't remember something that was nil.
I remember how morally untidy she was.
Was she more physically attractive than I am?
That is a very tiresome question, dear, which fully deserves the wrong answer.
You really are very sweet.
Thank you.
And a little naive, too.
Why?
Because you think that I mind about Elvira being more attractive than I am.
I should think any woman would mind, if it were true. Perhaps I'm just a little old-fashioned in my view of female psychology.
Not exactly old-fashioned here, just a bit didactic.
How do you mean?
It's didactic to one type, the defects of another type. For instance, you would know that Elvira would have minded terribly if you found another woman more attractive physically than she was. It doesn't necessarily follow that I should. Elvira was more of a physical person, I'm sure of that. It's all a question of degree.
I love you, my love.
I know, but not the wildest stretch of imagination could describe it as the first fine, careless rapture.
Would you like it to be?
Oh God, no.
Isn't that a shade too pavement?
We're neither of us adolescents, Charles. We've neither of us led exactly twin lives, have we? And we've both been married before. Careless rapture at this stage would be incongruous and embarrassing.
I hope I haven't been in any way of disappointment, darling.
Don't be idiotic.
After all, your first husband was a great deal older than you. I should hope you haven't missed out all along the lines.
There are moments, Charles, when you go too far.
I'm sorry.
As far as waspish female psychology goes, there's a rather strong vein of it in you.
I've heard that said about Julius Caesar.
Julius Caesar was neither here nor there.
Perhaps he is. We'll have to ask Madame Arcadi.
You're awfully irritating when you're determined to be witty at all costs. Almost supercilious.
Elvira used to say that.
I'm not at all surprised. Physically triumphant as she was, I never imagined that she was entirely lacking in perception.
Darling, Ruth.
Oh, there you go again.
As I've mentioned before, I love you, my love.
Poor Elvira.
Didn't that light camaraderie help mollify you in the least?
You're very annoying. You know you are. When I said poor Elvira, it came from the heart. You must have bewildered her so horribly.
Don't I ever bewilder you?
Never for an instant. I know every trick.
Then all I can say is that we better get a divorce immediately.
What my last out? I had a daughter.
She certainly had a knack for living. It was a pity she died so young.
Poor Elvira.
That tone is getting monotonous.
Poor Charles, then.
You have no faith, Ruth. You really ought to have a little more faith.
I shall strain every nerve.
Life without faith is an arid business, you know.
So beautifully you put things, dear.
I aim to please.
I wonder if I die soon. How long would it be before you married again?
No, you won't die. You're not the dying sort.
Neither was Elvira.
Oh, yes, she was. On looking back on it now, I remember she had a certain ethereal, not quite of this world quality. No one could call you even remotely ethereal, Ruth.
Nonsense. She was of the earth, earthy.
Well, she is now, anyhow.
You know that's the kind of observation that shocks people.
It's discouraging to think how many are shocked by honesty and how few by deceit.
Write that down and I forget it.
You underrate me.
Anyhow, it was more of a question of bad taste than honesty.
I was devoted to Elvira. We were married for 5 years. She died. I missed her very much. But that was 7 years ago, and I have now, with your help, my love, risen above it all.
Admirable. But if tragedy should darken our lives, I still say with prophetic foreboding. Poor Ruth.
Perhaps you'd like another drink before the Bradmans come? There they are.
That might be Madame Arcadi.
No, she'll come on her bicycle. She'll go everywhere on her bicycle.
It really is very spirited of the old girl.
Shall I go, or shall we let Edith have her fling?
Wait a moment and see what happens.
Perhaps she didn't hear.
She's probably on one knee in a pre-sprinting position, waiting for Cook to open the kitchen door.
Steady, Edith.
Yes, sir. Doctor and Mrs. Bradford.
We're not late, are we? I only just left the hospital about a half an hour ago.
No, Madame Arcadi isn't here yet.
That must have been her that we saw coming down the hill. I said I thought it was.
Then she won't be long. I'm so glad you were able to make it.
We've really been looking forward to it. I'm feeling quite excited.
Now, I made Violet promise that she will be good.
There was no need. I'm feeling quite thrilled. I've only seen Madame Arcadi 2 or 3 times in the village. I've never seen her do anything at all extraordinary, if you know what I mean.
Dry martini.
By all means.
She certainly is a strange woman. It was only a chance remark of the vicar's about meeting her up on a knoll, up on a summer's eve, dressed in a sort of Indian clothes that made me realize she was psychic at all. Then I began to make inquiries. Apparently she's been a professional in London for years.
That's funny. Anyone doing it as a profession, I mean.
I believe it is very lucrative.
Do you believe in a Mrs. Condamine? Do you think there's really quite genuine about it.
I'm afraid not, but I think it's interesting how easily people allow themselves to be deceived.
But she must believe it herself, mustn't she? Or is the whole business a fake?
I suspect the worst. A real professional charlatan. That's what I'm hoping for anyhow. The character I'm planning for my book must be a complete imposter. That's one of the most important factors of the whole story.
What exactly are you hoping to get from her?
Jargon, principally. A few tricks of the trade. I haven't been to a seance in years, and I wish to refresh my memory a little.
So it's not entirely new to you.
Oh no. When I was a boy, an aunt of mine used to come and live with me. She believed she was a medium and went off on the most elaborate trances after dinner. My mother was simply fascinated by it.
Was she convinced?
Oh, heavens no. She just naturally disliked my aunt and loved making a fool of her.
So then I gather that there were no tangible results then?
Oh, sometimes she didn't do so badly. On one occasion, when we were all sitting around in the dark, while my mother was groping her way on the piano, my aunt suddenly gave a shrill scream and said that she saw a small black dog by my chair. Then someone switched on the lights, and sure enough, there it was.
But how extraordinary.
It was obviously a stray that had come in from the street, but I must say I took my hat off for my auntie for producing it, or rather utilizing it. Even mother was a bit shaken.
What happened to it?
It lived with us for years.
I sincerely hope that Madame Arcadi won't produce any livestock. We have so very little room in this house.
Do you think she tells fortunes? I do love having my fortune told.
I expect so, but we really all must be serious and pretend that we believe implicitly. Otherwise, she might not play.
Also, she might really mind. It would be cruel to upset her.
I shall be as good as gold.
Have you ever attended her doctor? Professionally, I mean.
Yes. She had influenza in January. She's only been here just over a year, you know. She was particularly unpsychic then, but I always understood that she was an authoress.
Oh yes, it was on. We met up as colleagues on Mrs. Wilmot's Sunday evenings in Sandgate.
What sort of books does she write?
Two sorts. Rather whimsical children's stories about enchanted forests filled with highly conventional flora and fauna, and enthusiastic biographies of minor royalties that are very sentimental, reverent, and extremely funny.
She's here.
She knows about tonight, right? You're not going to spring it on to her.
Oh no, it was all arranged last week. I mentioned how profoundly interested I was in the occult, and she blossomed like a rose.
I really feel quite nervous, as though I were going to make a speech.
Go and fetch her for me, darling.
Thank my God, I'm gonna set little bush. It will be perfectly alright if no one touches it. Madam Arcadi, thank you so much.
My dear Madame Arcadi.
I'm afraid I'm rather late, you see. I had a sudden presentiment that I was going to get a puncture, so I went back to fetch my pump. But, of course, I didn't have a puncture at all.
Perhaps you will on your way home.
Dr. Bradley, the man with the gentle hand.
I'm glad to see you looking so well, Madame Arcadi. This here is my wife.
Oh, we're old friends. We meet coming out of the shop.
Would you like a cocktail?
Oh, if it's a dry martini, yes. If it's a concoction, no. Experience has taught me to be very wary of concoctions.
It's a dry martini.
How delicious. It was wonderful cycling through the woods this evening. I was deafened with bird song.
It's been lovely all day.
But the evening's the time. Mark my words.
Here you are.
Thank you. Cheers. Cheers.
Don't you find it tiring bicycling everywhere?
On the contrary, it stimulates me. I was getting far too sedentary in London. That horrid flat with the dim lights. They had to be dim enough. The clients expected it. Well, I must say, I find bicycling everywhere quite exhausting. Steady rhythm, that's what counts. Once you get the knack for it, you never look back. On you get, and away you go. But the hills, Madame Arcadi, those awful hills. Just knack again, down with your head, up with your heart, and you're over the top like a flash, and skimming down the other side like a dragonfly. This is the best dry martini I've had in years.
Would you like another?
Certainly. You are a very clever man. Anyone can write a book, but it takes an artist to make a dry martini that's dry enough.
Are you writing anything nowadays, Madame Arcadi?
Yes, every morning, regular clockwork, 7 to 1.
Is it a novel or a memoir?
It's a children's book. I have to finish it by the end of October to catch the Christmas sales.
It's mostly about small animals. The hero is a moss beetle. Of course, I had to give up my memoir on Princess Paliatani because she died in April. I talked to her the other day about it, and she implored that I go on with it, but I hadn't the heart.
You talked to her the other day?
Yes, through my control. She sounded very irritable.
It's funny, isn't it? Anyone in the spirit world being irritable. I mean, one can hardly imagine it, can one?
We have no reliable evidence that the spirit world is any less than wrathful than this one, have we?
Oh, Mr. Condamine, how can you?
I expect it's dreadfully ignorant of you not to know who is Princess Paliatani.
She was originally a Jewess from Odessa, of quite remarkable beauty. It was a known fact that people used to stand on the seats of railway stations just to watch her whiz by.
She was a keen traveler.
In her younger days, yes. Later on, she married a Mr. Clark from the counselor service and settled down for a while.
How did she become Princess Paliatani?
Oh, that was years later. Mr. Clark passed over and left her penniless with two strapping girls.
How dreadful.
And so, it was only right of her to take to the beckoning finger of adventure and take to the roads again. So off she went, bag and baggage, to Vladivostok.
What an extraordinary place to go.
She had cousins there. Many years later, she met old Paliatani, who was coming home from a secret mission in Japan. He was immediately staggered by her beauty, and very shortly afterwards, married her. That's when her life got really interesting.
I should have hardly described it as dull before.
What happened to the girls? She never spoke nor saw them for 23 years.
But how extraordinary.
No, not at all. She was always quite erratic emotionally.
Yes, Edith.
Dinner is served.
Thank you, Edith. Shall we?
No red meat, I hope.
There's meat, but I don't think it will be very red. Would you rather have an egg or something?
No, thank you. It's just that I make it a rule not to eat any red meat before I work. It sometimes has an odd effect.
What sort of effect?
Oh, it doesn't matter in the least. It's not very important. Anyway, we'll risk it.
Come along then, Mrs. Bradley.
Oh, Madam Arcadi, you're a Charles right. On her mother's side, she went right back to the Borgias, which I think accounted for a lot one way or another. Even as a child, she was given to the most violent and destructive tempers. Very inbred, you know.
Yes, she must have been.
My control was quite scared the other day. I could hear it in her voice. After all, she is only a child.
Do you always have a child as a control?
Yes, they're generally the best. Children are undoubtedly more satisfactory, especially when they get to know you and understand your ways. Daphne has worked with me for years.
And she still goes on being a child. I mean, she never shows me signs of growing older.
Time values on the other side are utterly different from ours.
Do you feel funny when you go off into a trance?
In what way funny?
Mrs. Bradley doesn't mean funny in its common implication. I think she meant odd or strange.
The word was an unfortunate choice.
I'm sure I'm very sorry.
Please don't apologize. It doesn't matter in the least.
When did you first discover that you had these extraordinary powers?
Oh, when I was quite tiny. My mother was a medium before me, you know, so I had every opportunity to start on the ground floor, as you might say. I had my first trance when I was 4, and my first ectoplasmic manifestation when I was 5 and a half. Oh, that was such an exciting day. I shall never forget it. Of course, the manifestation was quite small and of short duration, but for a child of my tender years, it was most gratifying.
Your mother must have been so pleased.
Oh, she was.
Can you foretell the future?
Oh, certainly not.
Really? Why?
I disapprove of fortune tellers most strongly.
Why?
Too much fake and guesswork mixed up with it. Even if the gift was genuine, which it very rarely ever is, you can't count on it.
Why not?
Time again. Time is the reef upon which all our frail mystic ships are wrecked.
You mean because it has not yet been proven that the past, the present, and the future are not one and the same thing?
I long ago came to the conclusion that nothing has ever been definitely proved about anything.
How very wise. I want you to leave the dining room as it is for tonight, Edith.
Yes,
And I don't want us to be disturbed for any reason whatsoever for the next hour or so. Is that quite clear?
yes,
And if anyone should telephone, just say that we are off to take a message.
Unless it's an urgent call for George.
Unless it's an urgent call for Dr. Brad.
yes.
There's not likely to be one, is there?
No, I don't think so.
It won't matter once I'm off, but a disruption during the preliminary stages could be disastrous.
I do wish the men would hurry up. I'm feeling quite excited.
Please don't be. It makes everything much, much more difficult.
Well, Madam Arcadi, the drop time is drawing near.
No, it could be receding.
How very true.
I hope you're feeling in quite the mood, Madam Arcadi.
It isn't a question of mood. It's a question of concentration.
You must forgive us for being impatient, Madam Arcadi. We can perfectly easily wait if you're not quite ready to start.
Nonsense, my dear. I'm perfectly ready. I hope, let me go.
Is there anything you'd like us to do?
Do?
Yes, hold hands or anything like that?
All that will come later. First, a few deep breaths of fresh air. You may talk if you wish. It won't disturb the evenings.
An excellent dinner, darling. I congratulate you.
The moose wasn't quite right.
It looked a bit hysterical, but it tasted delicious.
That cuckoo is very angry.
I beg your pardon?
I said that cuckoo is very angry. Listen.
How can you tell?
Timber, no moon. That's as well, I should think. There's a mist rising from the marshes. There's no need for me to light my bicycle lamp, is there? I mean, no one's likely to fall over.
Oh, no, we're not expecting anybody else.
Good night, you foolish bird! Do you have a table?
Yes, we thought this one would do.
Oh, I think the one with the drinks on it would be much better.
Change over. You told Edith we didn't want to be disturbed tonight?
Yes, dear.
This is the moment I've always hated.
Are you nervous?
Yes. When I was a child, I used to get sick.
How fortunate that you grew out today.
But children are much more prone to being sick than grown-ups, aren't they? I know I couldn't travel on a train with any degree of safety until I was 14.
Little Tommy Tucker sang for his supper. What shall he have but brown bread and butter? I despise that because it doesn't rhyme. But Daphne loves it.
Who is Daphne?
Oh, she's Madame Arcadi's control. She's a little girl.
I see. How old is she?
Rising 7 when she died.
And when was that?
February 6th, 1884.
Oh, poor little thing.
She must be a bit long in the tooth by now, I should think.
You should think, Dr. Bradman, but I fear you don't. Not, at least not profoundly enough.
Do be quiet, George. You'll put Madame Arcadi out.
Oh, it's quite all right, my dear. I'm very used to skeptics. They tend to be the most receptive and vulnerable in the long run.
You ought to take that warning to heart, Dr. Bradman.
I am sorry, Madam Arcadi. I am most deeply interested.
It is of no consequence. Now then, will you all sit around the table, boy, girl, and place your hands downwards upon it?
Would you like us to give the lights?
Oh, all in good time, Mr. Conline. Fingers should be touching like this. Yes, that's very well. I presume this is the gramophone.
Yes, would you like me to get it? It's an electric one.
Please stay where you are. I can manage. Now. Let me see. Brahms? No, dear me. No. Wagner? No. Too florid. Where's your dance music?
Oh, they're the loose ones on the left.
Oh, I see.
I'm afraid they're none of them very new.
Daphne is more attracted to urban burbling than anyone else. She likes a tune she can hum. Oh, here's one. Always.
Always!
Charles, what is the matter?
Nothing. Nothing at all.
George, remember what Madame Arcadi said.
Now then, there are one or two things that I would like to explain before we begin. So you all listen attentively.
Of course.
Presently, when the music begins, I shall turn off the lights. I may then walk around for a little, or lie down flat. Please do not address me or move or do anything in the least distracting. Is that quite clear?
Perfectly.
I can't guarantee anything can happen. Daphne may be unavailable. She's had a head cold recently and is feeling very under the weather. Poor child. On the other hand, one of you might have an emanation, or we might contact a poltergeist, which is extremely noisy and destructive.
In what way destructive?
They throw things, you know.
No, I didn't.
But we must cross that bridge when we get to it, mustn't we?
Of course, by all means.
An elemental like this type of you would be most unlikely.
What will elementals do?
Oh, my dear, no one can ever tell. They're dreadfully unpredictable. They usually take the form of a very cold wind.
I don't think I should like that.
Sometimes reaching hurricane velocity.
You don't think it would be a good idea to take the more breakable ornaments off the mantelpiece before we start?
I assure you I have my own methods of dealing with elementals, Mrs. Gondomar.
I'm so glad.
Now then, will you all empty your minds?
You mean we're to think of nothing?
Yes, that's quite right. Try to think of a space or a nondescript color. That's usually the best way.
I'll try my damnedest.
Good work. I shall now start the music. Lights! Oh dear! Shh! Quiet, please. Is there anyone there? Is there anyone there? One rap for yes, two raps for no. Now then, is there anyone there? Oh! Shh! Is that you, Daphne? Is your cold better, dear? Oh, I'm sorry. Are you doing anything for it? I'm afraid she's rather fretful. Is there anyone there who wishes to speak to anyone here? Oh, now we're getting somewhere. Oh, Daphne! Oh, Daphne! Stop it! Daphne, you're hurting me! Stop me! Good! There's a dear child. Now then, you say there is someone there who wishes to speak to someone here? Is it me? Is it Dr. Bradman? Is it Mrs. Bradman? Is it Mrs. Condamine? Behave yourself! Is it Mr. Condamine? Is there someone who wishes to speak to you, Mr. Condamine?
Tell them to leave a message.
I must ask you not to be flippy, Mr. Condamine.
Charles, how can you be so idiotic? You'll ruin everything.
I'm sorry it slipped out.
Can any of you think of anyone who has passed over in recent years?
No, not really. Except my cousin in the civil service. But I don't see why people wouldn't want to speak with me. We haven't spoken in years.
Are you Mr. Condamine's cousin from the civil service? I'm afraid we've drawn a blank. Can't you think of anyone else? Rack your brain.
It might be old Mrs. Clement, you know. She died on Monday.
No, I don't see why old Mrs. Plummet would want to speak with me. We had very little in common.
It's worth trying anyhow.
Are you old Mrs. Plummet?
She was very deaf. Perhaps you'd better shout.
Are you old Mrs. Plummet? There's nobody there.
Oh, just as we were getting along so nicely.
Violet, do be quiet.
Well, I fear there's nothing more for me to do but to go into a trance. I hoped it hadn't come to this, because it is most exhausting. But what must be, must be. Excuse me while I restart the music.
Not always. Please don't play always.
Fernand, don't be absurd.
I'm afraid I must. It would be imprudent to change horses midstream, if you know what I mean.
Very well. Have it your way.
That must be Daphne. She ought to have her adenoids taken out.
George, do be quiet.
God!
I can't hold it.
Press down hard. There now.
I'm trying to pick it up or leave it where it is.
How the hell would I know?
George, don't step at me. Leave it where it is.
Who said said that?
Who said what?
Somebody said leave it where it is.
I didn't hear anything, did you?
Neither did I.
I didn't. It was you, Ruth. You're playing tricks.
I did not, I haven't uttered.
Good evening, Charles.
Ventriloquism. That's what it is. Ventriloquism.
What's the matter with you?
Do you mean to stand there and tell me none of you heard anything at all? I didn't hear anything.
Neither did I. I should love to hear something.
It's you, Charles. You're playing the tricks in order to frighten us.
I'm not. I swear I'm not.
It's difficult to think of what to say after 7 years, but I suppose good evening is as good as anything else.
Who are you?
Elvira, of course. Don't be so silly.
That's it. I've had enough of this. Everyone, the entertainment's over.
Oh, Charles, how tiresome it is. Just as you're getting along sometimes.
Never again. That's all I can say. Never again as long as I live.
Why ever not? What does it matter?
The whole experience has just unhinged me, that's all.
Is there anything that you heard that we didn't?
Of course not. I was only pretending.
I know you were.
Oh dear, look at Madame Arcadi.
Oh, what are we to do with her?
Bring her out. Bring her on as soon as you
You
can.
probably should just leave her right where she is.
But she might stay like that for hours.
Yeah, she's out all right.
Bring her on. It's dangerous to leave her like that.
She is Charles, you behave most strangely.
Wake up, Madame Arcadi. Wake up. It's time to go home.
Hey, easy, old man.
Give her some brandy. Bring her some brandy. Help her, Dr. Bradman. Wake up, Madame Arcadi. Wake up. Little Tommy Tucker.
Keep yourself collected, common lion.
Where's the brandy?
Here.
Wake up.
She's coming round.
Putting her down her dress.
Well, that's that.
Are you all right?
Certainly, my dear. Never felt better in my life.
Would you like some more brandy?
So that's the awful taste in my mouth. Well, really, fancy allowing them to give me brandy, Dr. Bradman. You ought to have known better. Brandy on top of a trance could have been catastrophic. Take it away, please. I shan't sleep a wink tonight as it is.
I know I shan't.
Why ever not?
The whole experience has just unnerved me, that's all.
Well, what happened? Was it satisfactory?
Nothing much happened, Madame Arcadi, after you went off.
Well, I know something happened. I felt it. No poltergeists at any rate. That's a good thing. Any aberrations?
Nothing.
No ectoplasm?
I'm not sure what that is, but I don't think so.
Well, I know something happened. Something tremendous.
But nothing much happened. But Charles acted like he heard a voice in order to frighten us.
It was only a joke.
A very poor one, if I may say so. Nevertheless, I am prepared to say that there is someone else, psychic, in this room, apart from myself.
I don't see how there can be really, Madame Arcadi.
I hope I haven't gone and released anything, but we are bound to find out in a day or two. If any of you see any manifestations or hear any strange noises, please let me know at once.
Of course, we'll telephone you.
I really think I must be going.
But wouldn't you like to stay and have some sherry or anything?
No, thank you. I have some Ovaltine in a saucepan at home. It only needs hot enough.
Would you like us to give you a ride home and you could leave your bike here?
I really think you should, Madame Arcadi, after that trance and everything. You can't be feeling quite yourself. Nonsense, my dear. I'm as fit as a fiddle. I always feel capital after a trance. It rejuvenates me. Good night, Mrs. Conrad.
Thank you so much for going through so much trouble.
I'm so sorry so little occurred. It's that cold of Daphne's, I expect. You know how children are when they have anything wrong with them. We must try again some other evening.
Of course, that would be lovely.
Good night, Mrs. Bradford. It was absolutely thrilling. I felt the table just shaking under my hands and everything. Good night, Doctor.
Congratulations, Madame Arcadi.
I'm fully aware of the irony in your voice, Dr. Bradman, and I would like to say that I find you an admirable subject for telepathic hypnosis. A great chum of mine is an expert, and I'd like her to look you over.
I'm sure I would be charmed.
Oh, good night, everyone. Next time we must really put our backs into it. Mrs. Conrad, she might hear you.
I really can't. I've been holding this in for ages.
What do you think she really believes?
Of course not. The whole But, I must say, she does put out more of an original line than they usually do.
She's mad as a hammer.
I do hope Mr. Cosmo got all the atmosphere he wanted for his book.
He might have gotten a great deal more if he hadn't ruined the whole thing by showing off. I'm really very cross with him. Suddenly felt a draft. There must be a window open.
No, they're all closed.
Perhaps it was one of those, what do you call when a man Arcadi was talking about?
An elemental.
She said it was the wrong time of year for elementals.
Oh, that's right.
Well, the old girl's gone pedaling down at a hell of a speed. We had some trouble lighting her lamp, though.
Oh, poor dear thing.
I've got a theory about her, you know. I believe she's completely sincere.
Oh, Charles, how could she be?
Isn't it possible, Dr. Bradman, some sort of self-hypnosis?
Yes, as I was just explaining to your wife here, that there are some certain types of
George, dear, I think we better be getting home. You have to get up so early in the morning.
See what I mean? Every time I start to talk about something that I enjoy, my wife interrupts me.
You know I'm right, dear. It's after 11.
I'll do some reading about the whole thing just for the fun of it.
Would you like a drink before you go?
No, unfortunately, my wife is right. I have to get up dreadfully early in the morning, and I have an operation over in Canterbury.
Good night, Mrs. Condamine. It was so sweet of you to invite us.
Thank you so much for coming.
Absolutely.
Good night, Mrs. Condamine. Thank you so much.
Are you sure about that drink?
I'm quite sure, thank you.
We'll let you know if we find any poltergeists swirling about.
I should never forgive you if you did it.
Oh, come on, darling.
Well, darling,
Well,
would you say that the evening's been profitable?
yes, I suppose so.
What's the matter?
What's the matter?
Yes, you seem old somehow. Is everything quite all right?
Perfectly. I think I'll have a drink. Would you like one?
No, thank you, dear.
It sure is cold in here.
Come over by the fire.
I don't think I'll make baby nose tonight. I'll start fresh in the morning. My God!
Charles, that was very clumsy, Charles, dear.
Elvira, that is true. It was you.
Of course it was.
Charles, what is the matter?
Are you a ghost?
I suppose I must be. It's all very confusing.
What do you keep looking over there for? What's happened?
Can't you see her?
See who?
Elvira.
Elvira?
Yes, Elvira, dear, this is Ruth. Ruth, this is Elvira.
Come and sit down, darling.
Do you mean to say that you can't see her?
Just come and sit down. I'll fix you another drink. Don't worry about the mess in the carpet either. It's completed on the morning.
But she's there. Look, right beside you, there.
This is a joke, dear. It's gone far enough.
What the hell am I to do? What the hell am I to do?
I think you'd be a little more pleased to see me. After all, you conjured me up.
I did not.
Nonsense. Of course you did. That awful child with the cold came into town and you wanted to see me urgently.
It was a mistake. A horrible mistake.
As I said before, Charles, the joke's gone far enough.
I've gone mad. That's what it is. I've gone raving mad.
Here, drink this.
This is appalling.
Relax.
How can I relax? I shall never be able to relax as long as I live.
Drink some brandy.
There, are you satisfied?
Now sit down.
Why are you so anxious for me to sit down?
I want you to relax. You can't relax standing up.
African natives can. They can stand on one leg for hours.
I don't happen to be an African native.
You don't happen to be a what?
An African native.
What's that got to do with it?
It doesn't matter, Ruth. Really, it doesn't matter. Well, say no more about it. I've sat down.
Would you like another brandy?
Yes, please.
Oh, very unwise. You always had a weak head.
I could drink you under the table.
There's no need to be aggressive, Charles. I'm doing my best to help you.
I'm sorry.
Drink this, and then we'll go to bed.
Get rid of her, Charles. Then we can talk in peace.
That's a thoroughly immoral suggestion, and you ought to be ashamed of yourself.
What is there immoral in that?
I wasn't talking to you.
Who are you talking to then?
Elvira, of course.
Go with Elvira.
There, now she's in. What?
I don't blame her.
What don't you blame her for?
Oh, God.
Now look here, Charles. I gather you've got some sort of plan behind this. I'm not quite a fool. I suspected you when we were doing that idiotic seance.
Don't be silly. What plan could I have?
Oh, I don't know. Something to do with the characters in your book. How they or one of them react to certain situations. I refuse to be used as a guinea pig unless I'm warned beforehand what it's all about. How dare you speak to me like that?
Please, Ruth, listen.
I'm not going to listen anymore. I'm going up to my room, and I shall leave you to turn out the lights. I won't be asleep. I'm too upset. So you can come and say goodnight to me if you feel like it.
That's big of her, I must say.
Be quiet. You're behaving like a gutter snipe.
That is all I have to say. Good night, Charles.
But Ruth!
That was one of the most enjoyable half hours I have ever spent.
Oh, Elvira, how could you?
Poor Ruth.
This is obviously some sort of hallucination.
I'm afraid I don't know the technical term for it.
What am I to do?
What Ruth suggested. Relax.
Where did you come from?
You know, it's very peculiar, but I've sort of forgotten.
Are you to stay here indefinitely?
I don't know that either.
Oh, God.
Why? Would you hate it so much if I was?
Well, you must admit it would be quite embarrassing.
I don't see how. It's all a question of adjusting yourself. Anyhow, I think it's horrid of you to be so unwelcoming and disagreeable.
Now, look here, Elvira.
I do. I think you're mean.
Try to see my point, dear. I've been married to Ruth for 5 years, and you've been dead for 7.
Not dead, Charles. Passed over. It's considered vulgar to say dead where I come from.
Passed over, then.
At any rate, now that I'm here, the least you can do is make a pretense of being amiable about it.
Of course, dear. I'm delighted in one way.
I don't believe you love me anymore.
I shall always love the memory of you.
You mustn't think me unreasonable, Charles, but I really am a little hurt. You called me back, and at a great inconvenience I came. And you've been thoroughly churlish ever since I arrived.
Believe me, Elvira, I most emphatically did not send for you.
Well, somebody did, and that child said it was you. I remember I was playing backgammon with a very sweet old Oriental gentleman. I think his name was Genghis Khan. Anyway, I'd just thrown double sixes, and the next thing I know, that child paged me, and then I'm in this room. Perhaps it was your subconscious.
You must find out if you're to stay here indefinitely. That way we can make arrangements accordingly.
I don't see how I can.
There must be someone that you know over there on the other side or whatever it's called who can advise you.
I can't think. It seems so far away, as though I dreamed it.
There must be someone that you know other than Genghis Khan.
Oh, Charles.
What is it?
It's seeing you again, and you being so irascible like you used to be.
Believe me, Elder, I don't mean to be irascible.
Darling, you never did mind. Not really.
Is it cold being a ghost?
I don't think so.
What happens if I touch you?
I doubt you can. Do you want to?
Oh, Elvira.
What is it, darling?
It really is strange seeing you again.
That's better.
What's better?
Your voice was kinder.
Was I ever unkind to you when you were alive?
Often.
Oh, how can you? I'm sure that's an exaggeration.
Not at all. You were an absolute pig to me that time we went to Cornwall and stayed in that awful hotel. You hit me with a billiard cue.
Only very, very likely.
I loved you very much.
I loved you too. No, I can't touch you. Isn't that horrible?
Perhaps it's as well if I'm going to stay for any length of time.
Poor Ruth.
Here, put your head back.
Like this.
Can you feel anything?
Only a slight breeze through my hair.
Well, that's better than nothing.
I suppose they'll throw me in an asylum eventually.
Don't think about that now. Just relax.
Poor Ruth.
To hell with Ruth.
Good morning.
Good morning, Charles.
It certainly is.
What certainly is what?
A good morning. A tremendously good morning. There isn't a cloud in the sky and everything looks newly washed.
Edith's keeping her breakfast hot.
Anything interesting in the Times?
Don't be silly.
I plan to work all day, you know.
Good.
It's extraordinary about daylight, isn't it?
How do you mean?
The way it reduces everything to normal.
Does it?
It certainly does.
I'm sure I'm very glad to hear it.
You seem very glacial this morning, Ruth.
Are you surprised?
Frankly, yes. I've expected more of you.
Well, really.
I've always looked upon you as a woman of perception and understanding.
Perhaps this is one of my off days.
Good morning, Edith.
Good morning, sir.
Feeling fit?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
How's cook?
I don't know, sir. I haven't asked her.
You should begin every morning asking everyone how they are. It oils the wheels.
Yes, sir.
Greet her from me, will you?
Yes, sir.
That will be all for the moment, Edith.
Yes, sir.
I really wish you wouldn't be facetious with the servers, Charles. It confuses them and undermines their morale.
I find that viewpoint retrogressive and downright futile.
I don't care what you consider it. I have to run the house and you don't.
Are you saying I couldn't?
You're at liberty to try.
I take back what I said about it being a good morning. It's a horrid morning.
You better eat your breakfast while it's hot.
It isn't.
Now look here, Charles. In your younger days, this display of roguish flippancy might have been alluring. In a middle-aged novelist, it's nauseating.
Would you like me to writhe at your feet in a frenzy of self-abasement?
That would be equally nauseating, but certainly more appropriate.
Well, I don't see what it is that I've done that's so
You behaved abominably last night. You wounded me and insulted me.
I was the victim of an aberration.
Nonsense, you were drunk.
Drunk!
You had 4 strong dry martinis before dinner. A great deal too much burgundy at dinner. Heaven knows how much more to couple while I was doing my best to entertain that mad woman. And 2 double brandies later, I gave them to you myself. Of course you were drunk.
So that's your story, is it?
You refused to come to bed. And when I came to see what had happened to you, I found you in an alcoholic coma with your peril over your face in the fire house.
You're wrong, Ruth. You're wrong. Something happened to me last night. Something very peculiar happened to me.
Nonsense.
It isn't nonsense. I know it may seem like nonsense in the clear, remorseless light of day, but last night it was far from being nonsense. I had some sort of hallucination.
I'd really rather not discuss it any further.
But you must discuss it. It's very disturbing.
There, I agree with you. It showed you up in a most unpleasant light. I find that extremely disturbing.
Last night I was convinced that I saw Elvira in this room. I talked to her distinctly. And later, after you'd gone to bed, we had quite a cozy little chat.
And you seriously expect me to believe that you weren't drunk?
I know I wasn't drunk. If I was drunk, I should have a dreadful hangover now, shouldn't I?
I'm not at all sure that you haven't.
I haven't the trace of a headache. My tongue isn't coated. Look at it!
I've no wish to see your tongue. Put it back in.
I know what it is. You're frightened.
Frightened? Promise. What is there to be frightened of?
Of Elvira. You wouldn't have minded all that much, even if I had been drunk. It was only because it was all mixed up with Elvira.
I seem to remember saying last night that your views of women's psychology were didactic. I was right. I should have added that they were puerile.
That was when it all began.
What all began?
We were talking too much about Elvira. It's dangerous to have somebody strongly on your mind when dabbling with the occult.
She certainly wasn't strongly in my mind.
She wasn't mine.
Oh, she was she?
Only because you tried to make me say that she was more physically attractive than you so that you could hold it over my head.
I did not. I don't give a hoot how physically attractive she was.
Oh, yes, you do. Your entire being was devoured with jealousy.
This is too much.
Women, my God, what I think of women.
Your view of women is academic to say the least of it. Just because you've been dominated by them your entire life doesn't necessarily follow that you should know anything about them.
I haven't been dominated by anyone.
You were hand-written by your mother until you were 23. Then you got the clutches of that Mrs. whatever her name was.
Mrs. Winthrop Llewellyn.
I'm not interested. Then there was Elvira. She ruled over you with a rod of iron.
Elvira ruled over no one. She was far too elusive. That was one of her greatest charms.
Then there was Maud Charteris.
My affair with Maud Charteris lasted exactly 7.5 weeks, and she cried all the time.
The tyranny of tears. Then there was...
If you wish to make an inventory of my sex life here, I think it only fair to say that you missed out on a few episodes. I shall consult my diary after lunch and give you the complete list.
There's no use trying to impress me with your routine amorous exploits.
The only person who's ever attempted to dominate me is you, Ruth. You've been at it for years.
That is completely untrue.
Oh, no, it isn't. You boss me and bully me and order me about. You won't even let me have an hallucination if I want to.
Alcohol will ruin your whole life if you allow it to get a hold on you, you know.
Once and for all, Ruth, what happened to me last night has nothing whatever to do with alcohol. You very adroitly rationalized the whole situation to your own satisfaction, but your deductions are based on complete fallacy. I am willing to grant you that I had some sort of aberration, some sort of odd psychic delusion brought on by suggestion or hypnosis. I was stone cold sober from first to last and extremely upset into the bargain.
You were upset indeed. What about me?
You behaved with an obtuse, sterile lack of comprehension that frankly shocked me.
I consider that I was remarkably patient. I shall know better next time.
Instead of putting out a gentle, comradely hand to help me and guide me, you shouted staccato orders like a sergeant major.
You seem to forget that you gratuitously insulted me.
I did not.
You called me a gutter snipe. You told me to shut up. And when I quietly suggested that we go to bed, you said with the most disgusting leer that it was an immoral suggestion.
I was talking to Elvira.
If you were, I say that it brings up a fragrant picture of your first marriage.
My first marriage was perfectly charming, and I think it in the worst possible taste for you to sneer at.
I'm not so interested in your first marriage as you think I am. It's your second marriage that is absorbing me at the moment. It seems to me to be on the rocks.
Only because you persist on taking up this ridiculous attitude.
My attitude is that of any normal woman whose husband gets drunk or hurls abuse at her.
I was not drunk.
Be careful, they'll hear you in the kitchen.
I don't care if they hear me from Boats Town Hall. I was not drunk.
Control yourself.
How can I control myself in the face of your damn stubbornness? It's giving me claustrophobia.
Perhaps you ought to call Dr. Bradley.
Can I give these some?
Yes, he did.
Cook wants to know about lunch. Will you be into lunch, Charles?
Please don't worry about me. I shall be perfectly satisfied with a bottle of gin in my bedroom.
Don't be silly, Charles. Tell Cook we shall both meet for lunch.
Yes.
I'm going into pipe this morning. Is there anything that you need?
Yes, a great deal, but I doubt they'll have it in Hyde.
Tell Cook to put out the seltzer down on the list, will you?
Yes.
It's clouding over.
You're a genius for understatement.
Leave the table, Edith. I'll put it away.
Yes.
Listen, Ruth, please be reasonable.
Perfectly reasonable.
What happened to me last night, when I saw Elvira, I had the greatest shock of my life.
But you couldn't have seen her.
I know I couldn't have, but I did.
I'm willing to concede that you imagine you did.
That's what I've been trying to explain to you for hours.
You were drinking, Charles. There's no use denying that.
No more than usual.
Well, how do you account for it then?
I can't account for it. That's what's so horrible.
You have absolutely ruined that border by the sundial. It looks like a mixed salad.
Oh, God.
Now,
She's here again.
who is here again?
Elvira.
Pull yourself together. Don't be absurd.
It's all those pansies. They're so vulgar.
I like pansies.
You like what?
They're all right in moderation, but in the mass, they just look feast.
Help me, Ruth. Please help me.
What did you mean about pansy?
Never mind about that. I'm telling you, she's here again.
You have been having a nice scene, haven't you? I could hear you right down in the garden.
Mind your own business.
If you behaving like a lunatic isn't my business, nothing is.
I expect it was about me, wasn't it? I know I should feel sorry, but I'm not. I'm delighted.
How can you be so inconsiderate?
Inconsiderate, I like that, I must say.
But Ruth,
I've controlled myself admirably, and I should like to say here and now that I don't believe a word about your damned hallucination. You've had a certain furtiveness in your manner for weeks. Tell me, what is the matter?
you're wrong, Ruth. I'm not in the least furtive.
I don't want to discuss it any further.
But Ruth,
Don't come near me.
She's off again.
you're utterly heartless. I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to Elvira.
We'll go on talking to her then. Talk to her until you're blue in the face. Don't talk to me.
Help me, Elvira.
How?
Can't you make her see you or something?
I'm afraid I could not manage that. Frightfully the most complicated business. Takes years of study.
You are here, aren't you? You're not an illusion.
Maybe an illusion, but I'm most definitely here.
Where did you come from?
I told you last night I don't exactly know.
Then you must promise me that you'll only come and speak to me when I'm alone.
unkind you are, making me feel so unwanted. I've never been treated so rudely.
I don't mean to be rude, Elvira, but you must be able to see.
It's all your own fault for having married such a woman who can't see beyond the nose of her face. If she had a brain of real sympathy for you, she'd believe in what you tell her.
How can you expect anyone to believe such a thing?
People are gullible. We often laugh about it on the other side. Charles?
Yes, dear?
I'm awfully sorry I was cross.
You are?
Of course I am. I understand everything now. I really do.
You do?
Of course I do.
Look out, she's up to something.
Be quiet.
Of course, we'll all be quiet once we quiet this little night.
What's wrong, Ruth?
I'm not up to anything. I just want you to come upstairs and have a nice rest until Dr. Dragon comes. The way that woman harps on bed is nothing short of erotic.
I'll deal with you later.
Come on, dear.
What are you up to,
I'm
Ruth?
not up to anything. Just wait until Dr. Bradley comes. She'll have you in a straitjacket before you know where you are.
You're wrong, Ruth. You're dead wrong.
Hold on, dear.
Help me, Elvira. You have to help me.
I don't see how I can.
I can. Listen, Ruth.
Yes, dear.
If I promise to go to bed, will you let me stay down here for 5 minutes longer?
I really think it would be better.
Bear with me. Bear with me for no matter how many it may seem. Just bear with me for 5 minutes longer.
Very well, what is it?
Sit down.
All right. There.
Now listen. Listen carefully.
Have a cigarette. Will soothe your nerves.
I don't want a cigarette.
Then you shan't have one, darling.
I want to explain to you without any shadow of a doubt that the ghost or shade or whatever you want to call my first wife, Elvira, is in this room.
Yes, dear.
I know you don't believe me and are trying most valiantly to humor me, but I intend to prove it to you.
Why don't you go upstairs, have a nice rest, and prove anything you want to later on?
She might not be here later on.
Don't worry, she will.
Oh, God.
Hush now.
You'll do as I ask, won't you? You will, right?
That all depends on what it is.
Ruth, you see that flower vase on the mantel, on the table?
Yes, dear, I did it myself this morning. Very untidily, if I must say so.
You may not.
Very well, I never will again.
Elvira will now take that vase and put it on the mantelpiece and back again. You will, Elvira, won't you, just to please me?
I don't see why I should. You've been insufferable to me ever since I arrived.
Please.
Oh, all right. Not that I approve of all these masculine and debonair carry-ons.
Now watch carefully, Ruth. Go on, Elvira. Take it to the mantelpiece and back again.
How dare you, Charles? You ought to be ashamed of yourself.
What for?
It's a trick. I know perfectly well it's a trick. You've been working up to this. It's all part of some horrible plan.
It isn't. Elvira, do something else.
Of course. Anything to oblige.
You're trying to get rid of me. You're trying to drive me out of my mind. You're cruel and sadistic, and I'll never forgive you.
Ruth!
Don't let me go.
She's here. You have to believe
Let
it.
me go now.
But she's here.
Let me-
Elvira is
let me-
here.
let me go.
Ruth!
It's madness, sheer madness. It's some sort of auto suggestion, isn't it? Some sort of hypnotism. Swear to me it's only that. Swear to me it's only that.
Hypnotism my foot!
Okay.
The lights are the best part so far.
I came on your own invitation.
On my husband's invitation.
I did what I was supposed to do, which was to give us a seance and establish contact with the other side. I had no idea there was any ulterior motive mixed up with it.
Ulterior motive.
Your husband was obviously eager to get in touch with his former wife. If I would have known that, I would have naturally consulted you beforehand. After all, no less openly.
My husband had no intention of getting in contact with anyone. The whole thing was set up in order for him to get material on a book he's writing about a homicidal medium.
Am I to understand that I was wholly invited here in a spirit of mockery?
Oh, not at all. He merely wanted to make notice of some of the tricks of the trade.
Tricks of the trade? Insufferable! I fear we have nothing more to say to one another, Mrs. Conmine. Goodbye.
Please don't go.
Your attitude from the outset has been most unpleasant, Mrs. Conmine. Some of your remarks have been discourteous in the least, and I would like to say, without umbrage, that if you and your husband were foolish enough to tamper with the unseen for paltry motives in a spirit of ribaldry, anything that has happened to you is your own fault, and to coin a phrase, as far as I'm concerned, you can stew in your own juice.
What on earth was Madame Arcadi doing here?
She came to tea.
Did you ask her?
Of course I did.
You never told me you were going to.
You never told me you were going to ask Elvira to live with us.
I didn't.
Oh, yes, my darling, it was your subconscious.
What was the old girl so cross about? She practically cut me dead.
I told her the truth about why you invited her the other night.
That was quite unnecessary and most unkind.
She needed taking down a bit. She was blowing herself out like a powder pigeon.
Why did you ask her to tea?
To give me exercise, of course. Oh, dear, I wish I could have a cucumber sandwich. I did love them so.
Is that true, Ruth?
And what proof?
What Elvira said.
You know perfectly well I can't hear what Elvira says.
She said you got Madame Arcadi here in an attempt to get her exercise. Is that true?
We've discussed the possibility.
There's a snake in the grass for you.
You had no right to do so without consulting me first.
I had every right. This situation is impossible, and you know it.
If you would try and be a little more friendly to Elvira, I think we could all have quite a jolly time.
I have no wish to have a jolly time with Elvira.
She's certainly very bad-tempered. I can't think why you married her.
Don't be like that. We must adjust ourselves, you know.
I was never very bad-tempered, though, was I, darling? Not even when you were beastly to me.
I was never beastly to you.
Where is Elvira at the moment?
She's in the chair by the table.
Now look here, Elvira. I must call you Elvira, shan't I? I can't very well call you Mrs. Conremine. That would sound too silly.
I don't see why. What did she say?
She said she would like nothing better.
Thank you, Elvira. I must be completely honest with you.
Hold on to your hats, boys.
I admit I did call Madame Arcadi here with the view of getting you exercise, but I think you would have done the same thing if you were in my position, wouldn't you?
I shouldn't have done it so obviously. What did she say?
Nothing. She just smiled and nodded.
That's generous of you, but I must ask a frank question. Why did you really come here? I can't see that you could have hoped to achieve anything beyond the immediate show of making Charles into a sort of astral bigamist.
I came because the power of Charles's love tugged and tugged at me. Didn't it, my sweet?
What did she say?
She can't.
Well, she's done that now, hasn't she?
We can't be inhospitable, Ruth.
I have no wish to be inhospitable. I should just like to know how long you intend to stay.
I don't know that either. Isn't that all?
She says she doesn't know.
Surely that's a bit inconsiderate.
Did the old spiritualist have any constructive idea on getting rid of me?
What did Madame Arcadi have to say?
Said she couldn't do anything.
Hooray!
Now don't get upset, Ruth dear. We shall soon adjust ourselves, you know. You must admit this is quite a unique situation. I see no reason why we can't have a little fun in the matter.
Oh, Charles, how can you? Oh, Charles. Oh.
She's off again!
Don't be so callous, Elvira.
I suppose she said something insulting?
No, nothing at all.
No! Look here, Elvira.
She's over by the window now.
Why the hell can't she stay in the same place?
Tell
Shut up, darling. You'll only make things worse.
Was that darling addressed to her or to me?
Both of you.
This is intolerable. I control myself admirably, and I can't stand it anymore. She has the advantage of being able to say whatever she pleases without me hearing her, but she can hear me all right without any modified interpreting.
Modified interpretings? I don't know what you mean.
Oh, yes, you do. You haven't once told me exactly what she really said. You wouldn't dare, judging by her photograph. She's the type to use the most unpleasant language.
You're not to talk like that.
I have made kind conversation all through dinner last night and breakfast and lunch today, and I'm damned if I'm going to try anymore. I don't like Elvira any more than she likes me, and I'm sure that I never could have, dead or alive. If since her untimely arrival here she had shown the slightest sign of good manners, the slightest sign of breeding, I might have felt differently towards her, but all she has done is make mischief between us and make private jokes with you against me. I'm going up to my room. I shall have my dinner on a tray. I'll leave the house so you can joke and gossip to your heart's content. The first thing in the morning, I'm going up to interview the Psychical Research Society in London, and if they fail me, I shall go straight to the Archbishop of Canterbury.
Rude!
Let her go. She'll calm down later on.
It isn't like her to behave like this. She's generally so equable.
No, she isn't. Not really. Her mouth gives her away. It's a hard mouth, Charles.
Her mouth's got nothing to do with it. And I resent you for talking about Ruth as though she were a horse.
Do you love her
Of course I do.
as much as you loved me?
Don't be silly. It's entirely different.
I'm so glad. Nothing could have ever been the same.
You always behave very badly.
Oh, Charles.
I'm going up to see her now.
Cowardy Custer.
Don't be idiotic. I can't let her go like that. After all, I must be a little nice and sympathetic to her.
I don't see why. If she's something disagreeable, I should just let her get on with it.
She'll adjust yourselves soon enough, I assure you. It's been a shock.
Has it been a shock for you too, darling?
Of course it has. What did you expect?
A nice shock?
What do you want, Elvira?
Want? I don't know what you mean.
I remember that whenever you were ever overpoweringly to me, where it usually meant that you wanted something.
It's horrid of you to be so suspicious. All I want is to be with you.
Well, you are, aren't you?
I mean alone, darling. If you go and pamper Ruth and smarm her over, she'll probably come flouncing down again, and our quiet, lovely evenings together will be spoiled.
You're incorrigibly selfish, Elvira.
Well, I haven't seen you for 7 years. It's only natural that I should want a little alone time with you to talk over old times. I'll let you go up just for a little while if you really think it's your duty.
Of course I do.
Then I don't mind.
You're disgraceful, Elvira.
You won't be long, will you? You'll come back very soon.
I shall probably get dressed for dinner. You can read the Tatler or something.
Oh, darling, you don't have to dress for me.
I always get dressed for dinner.
What are you going to have? I should like to watch you eat something really delicious.
Be a good girl now. You can play the gramophone if you like.
Thank you, Charles. Does it show any signs of clearing?
No, it's still pouring.
I do sympathize with you, I really do. It's been quite the chapter of accidents, hasn't it?
Certainly has.
That happens sometimes, you know. Everything seems to go wrong at once, as though there were left work. I remember once when George and I went away for a courtside holiday not long after we were married. We were dogged by bad luck from beginning to end. The weather was vile. George sprained his ankle. I caught a cold and had to stay in bed for 2 days. And to top everything off, the lamp fell over in the sitting room and set fire to the treatise that George had been writing on hyperplasia via plasma glands.
How dreadful.
He had to write it all over again, every single word.
Would you like some sherry or anything?
Oh no, really not. George will be down in a minute. We have to go like lightning. We're supposed to be at the wheel knots at 7, and it's nearly that now.
Well, I feel I need it.
Oh, don't worry about your husband's arm, Mrs. Condamine. I'm sure it's only a spray, and
It's not his arm I'm worried about.
Edith will be up and about in no time, I'm sure.
My cook gave notice this morning.
Well, really, servants are awful, aren't they? Not a shred of gratitude. At the first sign of trouble, they run out on you like rats living a sinking ship.
I can't feel that your simile was entirely fortunate, Mrs. Bradford.
Oh, I didn't mean that. I really did, Mrs. Condamine.
Nothing to worry about. It's only a slight sprain.
Thank you so much.
Your husband made a great deal of fuss about the family. Men are so much worse patients than women are. But men are also worse, though, because especially if they're high strung.
Is he highly strung?
Yes, I actually wanted to talk to you about that. It seems like your husband has been overworking.
Overworking.
He's in a rather nervous condition. It's nothing serious, mind you, but
What symptoms did you notice?
there was a certain air of strain, an inability to focus on the person he was talking to, and a few minor irrelevancies throughout our conversation.
Can you think of any specific examples?
At one point, he randomly shouted, "What are you doing in the bathroom?" And at another point, when I was writing him his prescription, he suddenly shouted, "For God's sake, behave yourself!"
But how extraordinary.
He goes off on like that, particularly when he's immersed in writing a book.
I am not perturbed in the least, at all.
Would you like some sherry or anything?
No, we really must be going.
How is poor Edith?
She'll be all right. It's just a concussion. She'll be on her feet in a few days.
It's funny, isn't it, that both your husband and your housemate should fall down on the same day?
Yes, if you find that sort of thing amusing.
I'm sure I didn't mean that, Mrs. Condamine.
Come along, darling. You're talking too much as usual.
You were horrid, George. Goodbye, Mrs. Condamine.
I'll stop in sometime tomorrow morning to check on both patients.
Thank you so much.
Well, how does it feel?
All right.
You know it's only just a sprain.
Is this damn sling really essential?
It's a wise precaution.
I was hoping to drive into Folkestone this evening.
It would be much better if you didn't.
It's extremely inconvenient.
You can easily go another night.
I can't stand another one of those dreary evenings at home, Charles. It'll drive me dog-tired. I haven't seen a movie for 7 years.
Well, let me be the first to congratulate you.
What was that, old man?
Please, Gillen, Charles, don't be absurd.
I'm sorry, I forgot.
You can drive as long as you promise to go very slowly. Your gear change is on the right, correct?
Yes.
Use your left arm as little as possible.
All right.
It'd be much better if you stayed at home.
Couldn't you drive him in?
I'm afraid not. There's work to do around the house, and Edith needs to be attended to.
I see. But if you do insist on going, remember, very slowly and very carefully. The roads are very slippery anyhow. Come along, Violet.
Goodbye again. Goodbye, Mr. Condamine.
Goodbye.
You really are infuriating, Elvira. Surely you can go to the movies another night. And stop behaving like a schoolgirl. You're old enough to know better.
Know what?
I was talking to Elvira.
She isn't here.
She was a moment ago. She threw a flower at me.
She's been very high-spirited all day. I know this mood of old. It usually meant that she was up to something.
You're sure she isn't here?
I'm quite sure.
Good, I need to talk to you.
Oh, God.
Really, Charles, I must. It's important.
You behaved very well these last few days. I hope you're not getting into another state.
I resent that air of patronage, Charles. I behaved well, as you call it, because there was nothing else to do. But I think it only fair to warn you that I offer no guarantee for the future. My patience is being stretched with utterance.
I would like you to understand that this situation is just as difficult for Elvira as it is for you, if not more so. She comes back trusting me all these years, and what does she come back to? Nothing but brawling and hostility.
Well, what did she expect?
Surely even an ectoplasmic manifestation deserves a little bit of the milk of human kindness.
Milk of human fiddlesticks.
That just doesn't make sense, dear.
Elvira is about as trusting as a puff adder.
Your granite, Ruth, sheer unyielding granite.
And a great deal more dangerous into the bargain.
Dangerous? What do you mean? How could a blissful little spirit like Elvira be in any way dangerous?
Quite easily, and she is. She's beginning to show her hand.
How do you mean? In what way?
How do you suppose that Edith fell down the stairs and nearly cracked her skull?
What's Edith got to do with it?
Because the whole of the top stairs was covered in axle grease. Cook discovered it afterwards.
You're making this up.
I'm not, I swear I'm not. How do you suppose that when you were lopping that branch off the pear tree, that the ladder broke? Because it had been sawed through on both sides.
But she couldn't be so sly, so wicked. She couldn't.
But couldn't she just?
I am willing to grant you that as a character as she was, rather light and irresponsible, but I would have never believed her capable of low cunning.
Perhaps the spirit world was deteriorating.
Oh, Ruth.
Stop behaving like a wounded spaniel and concentrate. This is serious.
What are we to do?
We are to behave perfectly ordinarily as though nothing has happened. I'm going to see Madame Marcotti. I don't care how cross she is. She's got to help us. Even if she can't get rid of Elvira, she must know it's some sort of technical method of rendering her harmless. If she has to go into a trance, I shall beat her into one. I'm going to tell Elvira I'm going to see the vicar. I'll be back in 30 minutes.
This is appalling.
Never mind that. Now remember, don't give yourself away by so much as a flick of an eyelid.
Very well, then. Look out!
What?
I merely said it was a nice lookout.
What's a nice lookout?
The weather out there, Elvira dear, the glass is going down and down and down. It's simply macabre.
I find it difficult to believe that you and Ruth at this particular moment can't think of anything more interesting to talk about than the weather.
I can't stand this anymore. I really can't.
Has she broken out again?
What did she say?
She asked if you had broken out again.
Now look here, Elvira. Charles and I were not talking about the weather as you very so shrewdly suspected. I should loathe you to think that we had any secrets from you. So I will tell you exactly what we were talking about. I was trying to just persuade Charles not to drive you into Proctor. But seeing as he seems determined to place your needs before mine in everything, I have nothing further to say. I'm sure I hope you both enjoy yourselves.
There now.
Oh, Charles, have you been beastly to her?
No, she doesn't like being thwarted any more than you do.
She's a sterling character. It's a pity she's so ungiving.
As I've mentioned before, I'd rather not discuss Ruth with you.
Then I won't mention her again. Are you ready?
For what?
To go to Folkestone, of course.
I want a glass of sherry first.
I don't believe you want to take me at all.
Don't be silly, of course I do. It's just that it's the wrong night to do it. It's a filthy night, you know.
How familiar this is.
In what way familiar?
All for a married life, I have only to suggest something for you to immediately start hedging me off.
I'm not hedging you off.
All right. Spend another cozy, intimate evening at home with Ruth sewing away at that hideous pillow and snapping at it like a terrier.
Ruth knows perfectly well that pillow's hideous. It happens to be a gift from her mother.
It's no use defending Ruth's taste to me. It's thoroughly artsy-crafty, and you know it.
It isn't artsy-craftsy.
She's ruined this room. Look at those curtains and that awful shawl on the table.
Lady McKinley sent those to us from Burma.
Obviously, because they said they had been sent to her from Birmingham.
If you don't behave yourself, I shan't take you into Folkestone at all.
Please, Charles, don't be outwardly grand. Please, let's go now.
Not before I've had my glass of sherry first.
You are tiresome, darling. I've been waiting about for hours.
Then a few more minutes won't make a difference.
Oh, very well.
Besides, Ruth won't be back for at least half an hour.
What do you mean?
She's gone to see the vicar, but I bet you won't be long.
Do you mean to tell me Ruth has the car?
What on earth's the matter?
Nothing.
Elvira, what have you done?
Done? I haven't done anything.
Elvira, you're lying.
Lying? What is there to lie about?
What are you in such a state for?
State? I'm not in a state. I don't know what you mean.
You've done something dreadful.
Charles, don't look at me like that. I haven't done anything. I swear I haven't.
My God, the car!
No, Charles, no.
Ruth was right. You were trying to kill me. You've done something to the car. Tell me, what have you done? What is it that you've done? Hello, hello. Yes, speaking. I see. By the bridge at the bottom of the hill. Thank you. No, I'll come immediately.
Well, of all the filthy, low-down tricks. No, Ruth. No, no, stop it. No, 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 Ruth, no, no, leave me, I hope you will not consider this an intrusion, Mr. Conklin.
Not at all. Please sit down, won't you?
Thank you.
Would you like some coffee or liqueur?
No, thank you. I had to come, Mr. Conklin.
Yes.
I felt a tremendous urge, like a rushing wind, so I hopped on my bike and here I am.
That was very kind of you.
No, nothing kind about it. It's my duty. I know it strongly.
Duty?
I reproach myself bitterly, you know.
There's no necessity for that, you know.
I allowed myself to get in the huffy the other day with your late wife. I rode all the way home in a group of temper, Mr. Godmine. I've regretted it ever since.
My dear Madam Arcade.
Please let me go on. Mine is the shame, mine is the blame. I shall never forgive myself. Had I not been so impetuous, had I listened to the cool voice of reason, so much could have been averted.
You told my wife distinctly that there was nothing that she could do. You were perfectly honest. Over and above the original unfortunate mistake, I see no reason for you to reproach yourself.
I threw up the sponge. In a moment of crisis, I threw up the sponge instead of throwing down the gauntlet.
Whatever you threw, Madam Arcade, I'm afraid it wouldn't have done any good. The circumstances were a little too strong for us all.
I cannot allow myself to admit defeat so easily. It is gall and wormwood to me. I could have at least concentrated, made an effort.
Never mind.
But I do mind. I cannot help it. I mind with every fiber of my being. I've been thinking very carefully. I've also been reading up a good deal these past few dreadful days. I gather we are alone.
My first wife isn't in the room. She's lying down. The funeral exhausted her. I imagine my second wife's with her, but I have no way of knowing for sure.
You have remarked no difference in the texture of your first wife since the incident?
No, not really. She's been a little under the weather, I suppose. A trifle low-spirited, but that's all.
That washes that out.
I'm afraid I don't understand.
Oh, nothing more than a little theory, really. In the 19th century, it was a widespread belief that a ghost who participated in the death of a human being automatically disintegrated.
How did you know Elvira was in any way responsible for Ruth's death?
Elvira. Such a pretty name, isn't it? It has a definite lilt to it. Elvira.
You still haven't answered my question. How did you know?
It came to me last night, Mr. Contamine. It came to me in a blinding flash. I had just finished my Ovaltine and turned out the light. When I started up in bed with a loud cry, "Great Scott," I said, "I've got it." I then began to put two and two together. At 3 in the morning, with my brain barely seething, I went to work on my crystal. But it wasn't very satisfactory. Cloudy, you know.
I would be very much obliged if you kept any theories you have regarding my wife's death to yourself, Madam Arcade.
My one desire is to help you. I feel I have been dreadfully remiss over the whole affair. Not only remiss, but untidy.
But it's too late for that now.
No, it's not. I have a formula. In here, I copied it out of a book I found. Edmondson's Witchcraft and its Byways.
What the hell are you talking about?
Plug up your heart, Mr. Contamine. All is not lost.
Now look here, Madam Arcade.
You are still anxious to demonize
me being angry at her, which she always hated even when she was alive, Ruth, my second wife, hasn't left her side for a moment. You must see that she's been having a bad time with one thing and another.
Your delicacy of feeling does you credit. But if I must say, if you'll forgive my bluntness, that you are a damned fool, Mr. Gondomar.
You are at liberty to think whatever you please.
Now, there's no need to get up on your high horses there. I have a formula here that I think will be able to get rid of her easily without causing her much pain. It's very simple, and it only requires complete concentration from you and a minor trance from me. I might even be able to do it standing up.
Honestly, I would rather.
Charles!
What on earth's the matter?
What is she doing here?
She came to offer me her condolences.
They should have been congratulations.
You're not to talk like that. Madame Arcadi, allow me to introduce my first wife, Elvira.
How do you do? What does she want, Charles? Send her away. In what part of the room is she at the moment?
She's moving around rather rapidly at the moment. I'll tell you where and when she settles.
She's the one who brought me into this, isn't she?
Yes.
Then tell her to get me away again as soon as possible. I can't stand this house another minute.
Now, there's no need to be childish.
I'm not being childish, I mean it! Very interesting, very interesting. I smell ectoplasm most strongly. What a disgusting thing to say. Where is she now?
Over here by me.
Are you happy, my dear? Tell the silly old bitch to mind her own business. Was your journey difficult? Are you weary? She's dotty.
My dear Madame Arcadi.
Oh, this is wonderful, wonderful. Please send her away. I need to talk to you.
Madame Arcadi.
Just a moment. I've almost got contact. I can sense the vibrations.
Go on, Elvira. Give her some encouragement. Don't be a spoil sport.
If you promise you'll get her into the other room.
All right.
Again! How's that? This is first rate! Absolutely first rate!
I'm so glad.
Now will you send her away? We'll be in a minute.
Madame Arcadi, would you think it most frightfully rude of me to ask you to go in the dining room for a moment? My first wife wishes to speak to me alone.
Oh, must I? It's so lovely being actually in a room with her.
I'm afraid I must insist. I promise you, though, she'll be here when you come back, though.
Very well. Hand me my bag, will you? It's on the table. Here you are. My dear, my darling dear. How good is she really?
I don't know.
Do you think she can get me back again?
But my dear child.
And don't call me your dear child. It's fucking supercilious.
There's no need to be rude.
This whole thing's been a miserable, dreary failure, and I started out with such high hopes.
Well, you can't expect much sympathy from me. After all, I know that your highest hope was to murder me.
Don't put it like that. It sounds so beastly.
It is beastly. It's one of those beastly ideas I've ever heard.
Oh, Charles.
Don't cry.
They're only ghost tears. They don't mean anything. They're just really painful.
You brought this on yourself, you know.
That's right. Rub it in. Anyhow, it's only because I loved you. The silliest thing I did in my whole life was to love you. You were always unworthy of me.
That remark comes perilously close to impertinence.
I sat there on the other side, longing for you day after day. I did, really. Long through your affair with that harassing-looking woman from the south of France, I went on loving you and thinking truly of you. And then you married Ruth. Even then I forgave you because all the time I believed that you really loved me best. That's why I put myself down for a return visit and had to fill in all those forms and wait around in drafty passages for hours. If only you died before you met Ruth, everything might have turned out all right. She's absolutely ruined you. I hadn't been in the house a day before I realized that. Your books aren't as good as they used to be either.
That's entirely untrue. Ruth has helped me and guided me, which is a far more bit than you ever did.
That's probably what's wrong with it.
All you ever did was go to parties and enjoy yourself.
Why Why shouldn't I have fun? I died young, didn't I?
You needn't have died at all if you hadn't gone on the river with Guy Henderson and get soaked to the skin.
So we're back at Guy Henderson again, are we?
You behaved abominably over Guy Henderson, and there's no use in denying it.
Guy adored me, and anyhow, he was very attractive.
You told me he didn't attract you in the least.
You'd have gone through the roof if I told you he did.
Did you have an affair with Guy Henderson?
I'd rather not discuss it if you don't mind.
Answer the question. Did you or didn't you?
Of course I didn't.
But you let him kiss you though, didn't you?
How could I stop him? He was bigger than I was.
And you swore to me that...
Of course I did. You were always making scenes over nothing at all.
Nothing at all?
You never loved me a bit, really. It was only your beastly vanity.
Believe me, Elvira, it was more than vanity when you went out on the punt with Guy Henderson.
It was not a punt. It was a little launch.
I don't care if it was a three-masted schooner. You had no right to go.
You seem to forget why I went. You seem to forget that you had spent the entire evening making sheep's eyes at that overblown hairdo with false pearls.
A woman in Cynthia Cheviot's position would hardly wear false pearls.
They were practically all she was wearing.
On looking back in our married years, I realized with horrid clarity that they were nothing but a mockery.
You invite mockery, Charles. It's something to do with your personality, I think. A certain seedy grandeur.
You were feckless and irresponsible, and you had no right to go. I realized that before we left Budleigh Salterton.
Nobody but a monumental bore would have thought of having a honeymoon at Budleigh Salterton.
What's wrong with Budleigh Salterton?
I was an eager young bride, Charles. I wanted glamour and music and romance. All I got was potted poems, 7 hours a day on a damn golf course and a three-piece orchestra playing Merry England.
Well, it's a pity you didn't tell me so at the time.
I did, but you wouldn't listen. That's why I went on the moors with Captain Bracegirdle.
You told me you went to see your aunt in Exmouth.
It was the moors.
With Captain Bracegirdle?
With Captain Bracegirdle.
Oh, I should have known. What a fool I was. What a damn fool. Did he make love with you?
Of course.
Oh, Elvira.
Only very discreetly. He was in the Calvary, you know.
Well, all I can say is that I'm well rid of you.
Unfortunately, you're not.
Oh, yes, I am. You're dead and Ruth's dead too. I shall sell this house, lock, stock, barrel, and go away.
I shall follow you.
I shall go to South America. You'll hate it there. You were always such a bad traveler.
That cannot be helped. I shall have to follow you. You called me back.
I did not call you back.
Well, if somebody did, it is hardly likely to have been Ruth.
Nothing was further from my mind at the time.
You were talking about me before dinner that evening.
I could just as easily have been talking about Joan of Arc, for all I know. But that doesn't mean I want her to come and live with me.
As a matter of fact, she's rather fun.
Stick to the point.
When I think of what might have happened if I succeeded in getting you out of the world after all, it makes me sick. It does, honestly. It'd be nothing but bickering, forever and ever and ever. I swear I'll be better off with Ruth. At least she'll find her own set and not get in my way.
So I get in your way, do I?
Only because I was idiotic enough to imagine that you really loved me. And I sort of felt sorry for you.
Well, I'm sick of all these insults. Please go away.
There's nothing I should like better. I always believed in cutting my losses. That's why I died.
Of all the greats in sophistry.
Call in that old girl again. Set her to work. I won't tolerate this any longer. I want to go home.
For heaven's sake, don't snibble.
Call her in. She's got to get me out of this.
I agree, and the sooner the better. Madam Arcani, would you please come in here?
Is the darling dear still here?
Of course she is.
Where? Tell me where.
Over by the mantelpiece crying.
Oh, my dear, my dear. Stop her fawning on me, Charles, or I shall break something.
Elvira and I have both discussed the situation, and we are both agreed that she must go home as soon as possible.
Home?
Wherever she came from.
You don't think she'd like to stay for a few days longer while I get things a little more organized? No, I want to go home now. I could come and be here with her. I have my crystal. Oh, for God's sakes.
We are both agreed that she must go as soon as possible. Strain every nerve, Madam Arcadi, make every effort. You said something about a formula? What is it?
Well, if you insist.
I most emphatically do insist.
Oh, well, I can try my best, but I can't guarantee anything will work.
What is the formula?
Well, it's nothing more than a little verse, really. It fell into disuse after the 17th century. I'll need some pepper and salt.
There's some pepper and salt in the dining room. I'll get it.
Of course, I ought to have some shepherd's wort and a frog or two, but I think I can deal without. You won't be frightened, my dear.
enough?
Yes, I only need a little. Just set it down on the table, just a pinch of it in the center. There you go.
This is going to be a flop. I can tell you that here and now.
Now then, a few mints from the base.
Merlin does all this sort of thing at parties and bores us all stiff with it.
And then the gramophone. Of course, in the old days they used a zither or reed pipe. I think we'd ought to have the same record we had before.
Probably.
Whatever you think best, Madam Arcadi.
Oh, if the Mr. Edensworth from the Psychical Research could see this, he'd have a fit. He would really. Don't start a jet, dear. Now then, Mr. Conrad, would you please sit down and put your hands on the table, but don't put your fingers in the salt. Now, that's Mrs. Sweet. Oh, yes, I've nearly forgotten. One triangle, one half circle, and a little dot. There.
She's a complete fake.
Anything's worth trying.
I'm as eager for to succeed as you are. Don't get me wrong about that, but I'll lay you 10 to 1 it's a dead failure.
Now then, would you have your wife lie down on the sofa for a moment?
Go on, Elvira.
Oh, Lord, this is sheer nonsense. Don't blame me if I get the giggles.
Concentrate, think of nothing.
That's absolutely right. Okay, arms at your sides, legs extended, breathe steadily. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Is she comfortable?
Are you comfortable, Elvira?
No.
She's quite comfortable.
Okay. I will join you in a minute, Mr. Conmine, but I may have to go into a slight trance. But please do not pay any attention if I do. Now then, the music, and away we go. Live!
Has you?
Oh dear, it's the pepper.
Hell.
Quiet, please. Is there anyone there? Is there anyone there? 1 rap for yes, 2 raps for no. Now then, is there anyone there? Oh, is that you, Daphne? I'm sorry to bother you, but Mrs. Conroy wants to return. Now then, did you hear what I said? Will you help us? Hold on tight, Mr. Conroy. It's trying to break away. Oh!
Madam Arcadi, are you all right? What on earth's going on? Madam Arcadi,
Oh, she's in one of her damn trances again, and I'm here as much as I ever was.
for heaven's sake, wake up!
If I get back, I swear I'll strangle that bloody little Daphne.
What happened?
Nothing at all.
Well, I know something happened.
You fell over, that's all that happened.
Is she still here?
Of course she is.
Something must have gone wrong.
Make her do it properly. I'm sick of getting messed about like this.
She's trying her best.
I know something happened. I felt it. It shivered through me.
Once and for all, Charles, what the hell does this mean?
Well, we've done all we can. I must say I couldn't be more exhausted. It'll be daylight soon. That clock's always irritated me. It strikes far too slow.
It was a wedding present from Uncle Walter.
Who's Uncle Walter?
Elvira's.
Well, all I can say is that he might have chosen something a little more decorative. If that's really all you can say, Ruth, I'm sure it'd be a pleasure to all of us. You can be as rude as you like, Elvira. I don't mind a bit. In fact, I should be surprised if you weren't. Why? The reply to that is really too obvious.
I wish you two would stop bickering for 1 minute.
This is quite definitely one of the most frustrating meetings I have ever spent. The reply to that, too, is obvious. I'm sure I don't know what you mean. Skip it. Now, look here, Elvira. If you and I are going to live in the same house indefinitely, and it looks unpleasantly likely, we ought to come to some sort of arrangement. What sort of arrangement?
You are not going to stay here indefinitely.
With you, then. We shall have to be with you.
a cottage somewhere.
You called us back.
I have explained until I'm black in the face. I did not call you back.
Madame Arcadi said you did.
Madame Arcadi is a bubbling old fool.
I could have told you that in the first place. Well, it's no use arguing any longer. Wake up, Madame Arcadi.
Please wake up, Madame Arcadi.
Shake her.
It might upset her.
I don't care if it kills her.
Please wake up, Madame Arcadi.
What time is it?
5:10.
What time did I go off?
Over an hour ago.
Curious. Very curious. Forgive me for a moment while I make note of this for my diary. Are the girls still here?
Of course they are.
How disappointing.
Now, do you have any suggestions?
Well, why don't we have another seance? Really put our shoulders to the wheel. Make it a real rouser. Oh God, not another seance. I might even be able to materialize a drunkard if I tried hard enough. I'm feeling perfectly wonderful after my little rest.
I don't care if she materializes a whole symphony orchestra. I implore you not to let her have another seance.
Madame Arcadi, don't you think we maybe should try something other than a seance? After all, they haven't achieved much now, have they?
Rome wasn't built in a day, you know.
I know it wasn't, but...
Well, then chin up and away with melancholy.
Now, look here, Madame Arcadi. Before you go off into another trance, I really think we should discuss the situation a little.
An excellent idea. And while we do so, I shall sit here and contemplate it.
Would you like some more beer?
Better not. No thanks.
I think I'll have a whiskey and soda.
Make it a double and enjoy yourself.
One day I intend to tell Madame Arcadi exactly what I've been through.
She's doing her best.
Are the girls getting despondent?
I'm afraid they are, rather.
Don't worry. Don't be downhearted. And we will get through it. Now then, that discussion. Fire away.
Both my wives are convinced that I have called them back.
Very natural.
I am convinced that I did not.
Love is a strong psychic force, Mr. Cottonmine. It can work mysterious wonders. A true love's call can encompass the universe.
I'm sure it can. And while my feelings for both Ruth and Elvira are of the warmest, I'm afraid they do not come under the heading that you described.
I should think not indeed. You may not know your own strength, Mr. Cottonmine.
That is the final word on the subject.
Well, someone must have called them back. A psychic someone or something.
It wasn't me.
Perhaps it was Dr. Brandon. I never cared. Are you sure? Are you really sure?
Absolutely positive.
Great Scott! I believe I've been barking up the wrong tree.
What do you mean?
The Sudbury case.
I don't understand.
I wouldn't expect you to. It was before your day.
What was the Sudbury case?
It was the case that made me famous, Mr. Godify. It was what you call in theatric parlance my first smash hit. I had letters from all over the world, especially India.
What did you do?
Well, I dematerialized old Lady Sudbury after she'd been fully entranced in a chapel wall for nearly 17 years.
How? Can you remember how?
Chance, a fluke. I happened upon it on merest coincidence.
What fluke was it, Madame Arcadi?
Now, hold on to yourself. Let me see. Who was in the house during our first seance?
You, me, the Bradmans, and Ruth.
Yes, to be sure. But the Bradleys weren't here last night.
No.
Curious. Quickly, my crystal.
Here.
Damn, it gives me the pip. It's cloudy again. Oh, that's better. There it is again. I'm beginning to understand.
What's there again? What are you seeing?
A white bandage. Hold on to a white bandage.
She's really too good, you know. She ought to be at a circus.
freshman.
Do what?
Shh, wait.
If it's a ghost, I shall scream.
I hope it's nobody we know. I shall feel so silly.
The ring, sir? The bandage. The white bandage.
No, Edith.
I'm sorry, sir. I just sworn I heard a bell. Or someone calling. I don't rightly know which it was.
Come here, child.
Oh,
Do as Madame Arcadi says.
who do you see in this room, child? You and the master. Anyone else?
Keep still, Elvira.
I can't. No.
Come on, don't beat about the bush. Anyone else?
No, madam.
She's lying.
Oh, madam, they always do.
They?
Where are they now? Where's the fireplace?
Do you mean to say that she can see them? Do you mean to say that she can see them?
Not very clearly, but enough.
Oh, please, let me go. Let me go back to bed. I haven't done anything wrong.
Give her a sandwich.
I don't want a sandwich. I want to go back to bed.
Here, Edith.
Nonsense. A big healthy girl like you saying no to a delicious sandwich? Sit down.
She's been the cause of all this unpleasantness. I shall give her 2 weeks' notice tomorrow.
You may not be here tomorrow.
Look here, Edith.
Cuckoo! Cuckoo! Cuckoo!
I don't. What's wrong? Is she barking? Look here, Edith. This is my finger. Have you ever seen such a long, long finger? Look, it's to the left. Now it's to the right. Backwards and forwards, very quietly. Backwards and forwards. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock.
The mouse ran up the clock.
Be quiet, Elvira.
Well, she's off all right.
Off?
She's a natural. Just the same as the Sudbury case. It really is one of the most amusing coincidences.
Now then, will you have your wives stand close together for me, please?
Where?
By the doors.
Ruth, Elvira.
I resent being ordered about like this.
I don't like it at all. I feel peculiar.
I'm afraid I must insist.
It would serve you right if we flatly refused to do anything at all.
Are you sorry for being so mischievous, Edith? Oh, yes, madam.
You know what you have to do now, don't you, Edith?
Oh, yes, madam.
I have a feeling that this is going to work, whatever it is. Oh, Charles.
Shh.
This is goodbye, Charles.
Tell her to stop for a minute. There's something I want to say.
You should have thought of that before.
Of all of these, I'm gracious.
Now listen a moment, Charles.
Lights! I saw Captain Price Girl again, Charles, several times. I went to the 400 with them twice when you were not in camp, and I must say I couldn't have enjoyed it more.
Don't think you're getting rid of us so easily, my dear. You may not be able to see us, but we shall be here all right. I consider that you have behaved atrociously over the whole horrible situation, and I would like to say here and now.
Splendid. I think we've done it.
Would you like me to get the
That's
lights?
enough singing for now, Edith.
Would you like me to get the lights?
No, I will.
They've gone. They've really gone.
I think we've really pulled it off this time.
You better wake her up, have you? She might bring them around again.
Wake up, child!
Dear, what happened? Where am I?
It's all right, Edith. It's morning.
But how did I get down here? I was in bed.
I called Edith. I called and you came down here. Didn't I, Madame Arcadi?
Did I drop off? Was it my concussion?
It's time to go to bed, Edith. Let's go. And thank you. Thank you very much.
Oh, whatever for? Oh, sir!
What do you suppose she meant by that?
Jolly. I'm ready to drop my tracks.
Would you like to stay here tonight? There's a spare room.
No, thank you. To each his own nest. I'll pedal home in a jiffy. It's only 7 miles.
I don't know what arrangements you generally make, Madame Arcadi, but I hope you'll send your account in due course.
Nonsense, Mr. Condamine. I wouldn't dream of such a thing.
But really, I feel that after all those trances,
I enjoy them, Mr. Condamine. I always have since a child.
well, perhaps perhaps you'll give me the pleasure of lunching with me someday soon.
When you get back, I shall be delighted.
Get back?
Take my advice, Mr. Condamine, and go away immediately.
You don't mean to say that.
This must be an unhappy house for you. There must be memories both grave and gay in every corner.
Also?
There are more things in heaven and earth, Mr. Condamine. Just go. Pack your traps and go as far away as possible.
Do you mean to say that they may still be here?
Quien sabe, as the Spanish say.
I wonder. I'll follow your advice, Madam Arcadi. Thank you again.
It has been wonderful and fascinating. From first to last, fascinating. Do you mind if I take one sandwich to munch on the ride home?
By all means.
Don't bother helping me find my way out. I can do it myself. Goodbye and cheerio. Good hunting!
Ruth! Elvira! Are you there? Ruth! Elvira! I know damn well you're still there. I just wanted to tell you that I'll be leaving now, so there's no point in you hanging about any longer. I plan on going a far place away, so there's no use in trying to follow me. In spite of what Elvira said, I don't think spirits can travel over water. Is that quite clear, my darlings? In one of your more acid moments, Ruth, you had told me that I'd been hag-ridden all my life. Oh, how right you were. But now I'm free, not only a mother of Elvira and Mrs. Winthrop Llewellyn, but free from you too. And I'd like to take this moment to say that I've enjoyed myself immensely. Aha! I thought so. You were very silly to think I didn't know about you and Captain Bryce Girdle, Elvira. I did. But what you didn't know is that I was extremely attached to Apollo Westlake at the time. I was reasonably faithful to you, Ruth. But I doubt that would have lasted much longer. You are becoming increasingly domineering, and there's nothing more off-putting than that now, is there? I imagine we'll meet again someday. But until then, I plan to enjoy myself as I've never enjoyed myself before. Break up the house as much as you'd like. I'm leaving it anyhow. Think happy of me and send good thoughts. Nice one, Ruth. Break up the house. Get Elvira to help you persevere. Parting in such sweet sorrow. Goodbye again.
In a school that has had a bomb threat